SST is brought to you by Stark Auto Sales, home of the ultimate worldwide scratch and dent car sale. Hi friends, I'm Rick Walker. Welcome to another edition of the SST Car Show. We have a lot of really cool stuff lined up in today's episode. We're going to show you a Chrysler turbine car. This is like a jet car that was actually produced and was driven on the street in the 1960s as part of a test program to see if those kinds of cars equipped with turbine engines might be viable. We're also going to take a look at a tribute car that pays homage to the old TV series from the 1980s, Knight Rider. Yeah, we're going to show you a kit car. We'll also take you to the Cobble Beach Concours d'Elegance, the most prestigious car show in all of Canada. But first, Volkswagen has decided to say goodbye to the Volkswagen Beetle. Say goodbye to the Volkswagen Beetle. VW has announced production of the Beetle will end by the summer of 2019. The decision comes as sales of SUVs continue to increase. The Beetle was developed in Germany as the people's car before World War II. The Beetle hit a production high of more than 420,000 units in 1968, the year Herbie the Love Bug hit movie screens. Even when U.S. sales stopped in the 1980s, production in other countries, including Mexico and Brazil, continued. In 1998, the Beetle was reintroduced to Canada and the U.S. with a total redesign. But last year, only 15,000 Beetles were sold in the U.S., continuing a steep decline in sales. With nearly 8 decades of history attached to it, the Beetle has become an automotive icon. There is no question the Beetle will be missed. But who knows? Maybe it'll make a comeback again someday. Rick Walker, SST Car Show News. And now a look at a Knight Rider tribute car. We found this one at the Ottawa-Gatineau International Auto Show. Don't go away, lots of cool wheels right around the corner, right here on SST. Hey friends, welcome back to the SST Car Show. I'm Rick Walker. Time now to take a quick look at this year's Cobble Beach Concours d'Elegance, the most prestigious car show in all of Canada. Hey friends, I'm Rick Walker. Welcome back to the SST Car Show. This year's Cobble Beach Concours d'Elegance did not disappoint. With just over 100 vintage vehicles on the show field, it was the most impressive lineup of classic cars in the event's history. This year's show winner went to a 1938 Delahaye 135 MS, owned by Robert Jepson of Savannah, Georgia. Now, this vehicle has a very interesting story behind it, because it was only driven for 3 months after originally being shown at the Paris Auto Salon by the original owner. The original owner then took the vehicle and put it away into storage in a false room in a house. That's because World War II was looming. German forces were approaching, and the original owner did not want the vehicle confiscated by German forces. The car stayed in that room, sealed up, until 1965, when it was finally discovered by a car hunter who freed it. And today the car has been restored, and it was back on display at this year's Cobble Beach Concours d'Elegance, the most prestigious classic car show in all of Canada. Each vehicle at the Cobble Beach Concours event is in itself an artifact. Each of these vehicles is a work of rolling sculpture, really, that offers a snapshot of a period of time. It showcases the technology and the design, the culture that was foremost in certain periods of time over the decades that mark the history of the automobile. The Cobble Beach Concours d'Elegance is open to the public, but for vehicles, it's a very exclusive event. That's because vehicles here can only be shown at most once every 4 years, and that ensures that the show field is fresh every single year. The event also raises money for the Owen Sound Hospital Foundation and the Sunnybrook Foundation. A complete list of show winners can be found at cobblebeachconcours.com. Rick Walker, SST Car Show News. Back in the 1960s, Chrysler produced a handful of turbine cars. These were basically jet cars that could actually be driven on the road. They ran on a wide range of fuels, from pure alcohol and even perfume to gasoline, kerosene. They'd burn and run on just about anything. Chrysler had a program in place. They gave these cars to a select number of people to test drive over a period of time. But in the end, almost all of the cars were crushed. But we found a survivor at the Transportation Museum in St. Louis. Let's head on back to the Transportation Museum in St. Louis now for a look at a display that pays tribute to the heydays of the drive-in and 57 Chevys. don't usually do too much with motorcycles here on SST, but at this year's Ottawa Gatineau International Auto Show, we came across an incredible collection of custom bikes on the 4th level. Check them out. Don't go away, just around the corner, a full review of the Genesis G70. Is it good enough to compete against the best from Europe and Japan? Hey friends, I'm Rick Walker. Welcome back to the SST Car Show. Here's our full review now of a car that's turning heads and really making people take note, the Genesis G70. The Genesis G70. It's a new car from an emerging brand that you buy in a different way. No dealerships. Want one? They'll bring one to your door for a test drive. Visit a shopping mall and soon you might see a pop-up Genesis boutique. Need maintenance? It's complimentary for 5 years or 100,000 kilometers. That's 60,000 miles. Plus, they'll come to your door and pick up your G70, leaving you a loaner while yours is in for service. This is a car that targets the BMW 3 Series, the Audi A4, the Mercedes C-Class. It's a serious piece of machinery from the Hyundai family, but this is a car and a brand unto itself. This is the G70. Choose the 2-liter turbo, get 265 horsepower, or step up to this, the ultimate G70. With the 3.3-liter V6 twin turbo, it accelerates from 0 to 60 miles per hour in just 4.5 seconds. The twin turbo configuration is really set up so you have a small turbo that spools up quickly to reduce or almost eliminate turbo lag. There isn't much lag with this. And then the bigger turbo kicks in and really gives you the big boost. So the engine certainly has kick, 365 horsepower, and it'll push you back in the seat. The fit and finish is top notch. Check out those pleated leather seats. Super nice. With the Turbo 4, you can get an optional stick shift. With the 3.3-liter Turbo 6, you get an automatic, but it has paddle shifters. The 8-speed automatic transmission is responsive and smooth, and you can choose different driving modes. You can feel a difference between the different driving modes The automatic transmission in this thing is really quite responsive. Our car was equipped with sticky Michelin performance tires. Speedometer goes all the way up to 300. 300. That's like 190 miles an hour. I don't know if this car would really go that fast, but if you're driving that fast, you're going straight to jail anyway. If you do crank it up, the big beefy Brembo disc brakes will bring you to a stop smoothly and quickly. This is a car that offers neck-snapping acceleration. Handling, excellent. The steering is positive, and those Michelin tires, yeah, as I mentioned before, they really grip on those sharp turns. But I wouldn't want to drive in snow with those performance tires, so if you're going to use it in the winter, you're going to need snow tires. It's pretty quiet inside. There are 0 rattles and 0 squeaks. It's tight. Go for the 2-liter turbo sport and you get rear-wheel drive, but this twin-turbo V6 test car came with all-wheel drive. Genesis has really nailed this one. It really does, in my view, offer incredible value for the money. And when you compare it to other cars in this class, it really does compete. The styling mixes European and Japanese influences, and the result is something distinct. It stands out, especially when you look at it straight on. The face of the car is flat and fierce. Yep, that's a Genesis. That's a G70. The Kia Stinger has the same drivetrain options, but the Genesis G70 is lighter. This is a Korean car, but it came from the mind of a German designer, Peter Schreier, who helped develop the Audi TT, Volkswagen's new Beetle, and a bunch of other VW and Audi products. Yep, he jumped ship, and he's in the Genesis/Kia/Hyundai camp now. The infotainment system in the G70 is the same one you'll find in Hyundai products, but that's okay because it works really well and it's user-friendly. You get dual climate control here, steering wheel audio controls, power seats, traction control, back and proximity cameras, collision avoidance systems. Nice big sunroof on our test car too, super nice. And when it's closed, it doesn't look like a sunroof at all. It just looks like it's part of the roof. Clean. It's also equipped with lane keep assist. Drive it easy and you'll get decent fuel economy. Choose Eco mode to save fuel. Stomp on the accelerator and get out your wallet though. When those turbos kick in, it does suck gas. It's reassuring to have that power available though, especially when passing or getting out of a dangerous spot in traffic. We got about 22 miles per gallon in the city and about 30 miles per gallon on the highway. The Genesis starts with a base price of $42,000 Canadian. That's about $32,400 US. Look at what you get though, a car on par with the world's best compact touring sedans. Yup, it's a luxury sports sedan at a bargain price. The G70 is a game changer. Rick Walker, SST Car Show News. Well, friends, that's all the time we have this week. So until next time, I'm Rick Walker reminding you, when you can't get to the car show, we'll bring the car show to you online at SSTCarshow.com.
Maverick Multimedia production.